What's happening, sports fans? Trent the Great back in the building, man. I'm talking that sport-ish, man, and I got a little gem I want to drop on y'all, man, and I want to ask a question that nobody else seems to be asking, and that is, why is no one talking about Bob Kraft of the New England Patriots? Mr. Kraft is the owner of the New England Patriots, like I said. Earlier this year, Mr. Kraft was busted in a prostitution ring. And he was allegedly caught on tape paying for sex, you know. When the news first broke, a lot of sports outlets talked about the situation. But after a month or so, and maybe even earlier than that, all the reporting seemed to stop. Now, considering this was an NFL owner and a high-profile owner at that, you would think that the coverage would be endless and that there would be countless sex jokes. But I really ain't heard too much, you know. Now, could this be because Mr. Kraft is one of the most popular and powerful owners in the NFL? And it kind of leads me to believe that he has influenced the networks and sports world to keep the talk about him going to jail at a minimum. Because if this was a player, then it would be non-stop coverage, a la the Cowboys. They would go as far as to say suspend him, kick him out of the league, fine him, hang him. Well, don't hang him, but do something to him, goddammit. Anyway, ESPN is a non-stop network that promotes sports. Their biggest client is the NFL, and they probably have been instructed, not to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? And Mr. Kraft, speak on the incident, nor Mr. Kraft. Now, Mr. Kraft has pled not guilty to all charges. But if I had that bread, I would too. Also the NFL has come down hard on its players and a few coaches, which all this has been done by the head honcho, the Commissioner Roger Goodell. And he's done this even before all the info has come out. And they call it the impugning the reputation of the league. Now, Roger Goodell, like I said, has come down hard on individuals. So why not Mr. Kraft? He's also come down on an owner in the past real hard. You know, so that's the question, you know, why not Mr. Kraft? I mean, how, you know, is he more special than the other guy? You know, anyway, even though recently the evidence against Mr. Kraft has been ruled as circumstantial, and some of it has been thrown out, and I think, from my understanding, the video of him has been thrown out. You know, damn, which is crazy. So, back to the NFL, you would think that with their reputation, after all they've been through in the last few years, these players getting hit with domestic abuse cases and whatnot and on, and you would think that they would at least talk about a punishment. You know, because like I say, Roger Goodell has always jumped the gun and punished people beforehand. But this is the NFL, you know. I mean, you look at who we talking about. You got 32 teams and 31 owners are white. So this ain't nothing more than a good old boys club. And the thing to me that is more puzzling about this is, you know, Mr. Kraft is actually a good dude. He's actually a stand-up guy who looks to, you know, help the downtrodden and less fortunate and help with criminal justice reform. He's also coined the term, you know, he's also coined the term the Patriot way. You know, which means doing the right things the right way on and off the field. Well, if he is guilty of this, is the Patriot way paying for some action? I mean, and not only paying for it, but he gave her a $100 bill with the charge being $80, so she owed him $20. Give me my change. You know, now, that's what's being reported. That was what was reported. If they lie, if it's a lie, they told it. You know. But anyway, like I said about the video, there's supposed to be video evidence. But, you know, for some reason or another, he getting it suppressed or thrown out. Now, he's just you got to be damn powerful or have some badass lawyers to do that. Also, you know, he doesn't have to appear in court. His lawyers can appear for him on his behalf. Well, damn. Now, let me ask this question, man. What nigga do you know could tell the court he ain't coming there? He ain't gonna send his lawyers. Man, your house will be surrounded with guns on you, your kids, and your dog. I mean, even though the Patriots, they live by the moniker the Patriots way, they've had a history of less than stellar acts, such as Deflategate and Spygate and the whole Aaron Hernandez saga. And all of these acts have proven that the patch on it squeaky clean, you know, as they say. And with the judgment that the league handed down on them about Spygate and Deflategate, you know, the NFL felt the same way. Now, this is the difference. Those cases involve players and coaches, and not an owner, and not a powerful owner like Mr. Kraft. You know, and actually, I forgot. Actually, Mr. Goodell, you know, Mr. Kraft is Roger Goodell's boss. He's one of his bosses. So it's like this. He messed up. So how Roger Goodell gonna go to Mr. Kraft and say, "Hey, Bob, what you doing over there trying to get your rocks off? Huh? Look here, here's a 6-game suspension. Now go sit your old ass down some goddamn way. Did you use protection? I mean, I don't know. He might be concerned with the old timer, but that's my take on that part. I mean, but also, man, no, like I say, nobody is talking about it, and I find it damn strange that the coverage on it has went to minimal to almost nothing at all. Now there has been not too many updates, if any at all, about the case. You know, sometimes I wonder if they secretly trying to throw it out or they've secretly thrown it out, and we don't know. But I do know this: a few months back, the plea deal was offered that he rejected. You know, now Mr. Kraft probably said, "I'm not taking no damn plea deal, cause I didn't do nothing wrong, even if y'all had me on tape," which they say they do. I mean, damn. So let me get this straight. let me get this straight. The cops say that they have Mr. Kraft on tape, going to the place of service, paying for said service, and receiving said service, but yet you pled not guilty. I mean, damn, boy, I tell you, boy, it must be a luxury to be old, wealthy, and white, or just wealthy and white, or hell, just white. Shit, cause nothing seems to apply. I mean, the rules don't seem to apply to them. You know, they don't seem to apply to Mr. Charlie, goddammit. Now, I like Mr. Kraft, man. I just don't like the fact also that he's friends with Donald Trump. But he ain't no Stephen M. Ross, and like I said in my other video, the M stands for maggot. But, you know, like I said, I like Mr. Kraft, and I appreciate everything that he's done for our community. From helping Meek Mill to, like I said, helping with criminal justice reform, amongst other things. One thing was partying with Cardi B and dancing with him, goddammit. Anyway, it also, even though with all them good acts and everything that he's done, and he seems to be a good man, I know he lost his wife and whatnot, and he had him a young broad, and he, you know, grief can make you do, well, act a certain way, you know, make you act out differently than what you normally behave. So, that's you know, it's hard to kind of point the finger at somebody. But that's what I'm going to do. And it don't hide the fact that he was in a city massage parlor getting it in with some Asian chick. But see, this is where an old white man can use his superpower, white privilege, to get his ass, and you can use that white privilege to get his ass out of trouble, man. But hey, it must be nice, man. It must be nice. But back on that, man, like, you know, Mr. Kraft lost his wife. He's married to her for a long time, you know, and man say he cried himself to sleep for a long time till he met that young chick. And, you know, she helped him out and whatnot. So he, you know, he's an old dude and you don't, I don't know, man, he just wants some companionship. And I heard an old saying one time, and God told me like this, man, what do you, let me put it like this: if you pay a chick to perform a sexual act on you or something, whatnot, they say, well, what are you paying for? And I'm like, well, the act. He said, nah, you pay her to leave. And I never understood that until I got older. And now, with that situation, with this situation with Mr. Kraft, hey, he just paid her, just paid her to leave. Paid her to take care of business and leave. So, that's basically where I think his mind state was at. You know what I'm saying? But hey, y'all know, I just find it damn ironic that, there's no coverage. I mean, damn near none. From any of these places, from First Take to Skip and Shannon, to Jalen and Jacoby, First Things First. None of these shows, man, none of these sports shows. I mean, NFL Network, none of them. I ain't heard no jokes from Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, nobody is saying anything about this. But like I say, you let this have been a player, it would have been endless. You know what I'm saying? It would have been, oh my God, they would have tried to tar and feather him. Tar, however you say it. Anyway, that's my take on that, man. And I'm just wondering what anybody else think about that. But we're going to get out of here, man. So, everybody who's supporting me, showing me a little love, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And anybody new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell to let you know when I'm putting these hoes up. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. And I'm Trent the Great, man, talking that sport-ish, and I'm out. One.